Good morning, guys. I'm sorry about the cramped quarters. I'm hoping to move us to BTC 133. We'll see. If that happens, I'll let you guys know. All right. Let's see. Clayton, Kayla, Mason, Jay Leanne, I think I saw her. Hayden, Logan here, Jason Gamble, Logan Hall, Savannah the Hammock,
Here.
Dakota Hill, I had two Savannahs. That's why I called you that. David Kelly. We both need a haircut, man. Dawson Kersey. Dawson? Nate. Moberly here. Lauren here. Moran. Roberto Buduran, Moran. Steve. Carter. Daniel. Jared. Shorty. Bryson. Sutherland. Kylie Tyson. Clayton is excused today. Sharon.
I'm here.
Oh, you're here. Okay. Sharon. Blake. And Wilson Savannah. And Dawson, yeah. All right. Now, finally, we're back to normal. I mean, I hate doing Excel stuff on Zoom. You guys, even if you're on your computer, you have a small screen, and a lot of you are just on the phone. There's no point of watching that much. You'll be better off just listening to a podcast rather than watching video. All right. I want you to guys remember some of the, not some, part of the homework assignments you're going to do as a group. And there's a group portfolio investment project for the entire semester. I'm going to put you into basically 8 groups of 4. And no, 7 groups of 4. No, 6 groups of 4. Let me see. You got 28 people, right? Oh, actually, that works out. Yeah, just 7 groups of 4. I was thinking about my finance 301 that has 29 students. So figure out 3 other people that you'd like to work with. Let me know. Basically on Wednesday, I'm gonna any groups that I get together, the rest I'm gonna assign to groups myself, and because I'm gonna post your first little homework assignments this weekend, and we'll start the portfolio investment exercise starting next Monday anyway. All right, we'll talk about the rules of that on Wednesday. I mean, for now, you'll be able to invest only in ETFs. Once I cover the options, pricing and stuff, you can also buy and sell options on those ETFs. You guys know what an ETF is? Let me see hands. And who actually took the investments class here? It's a prerequisite, but Didn't they talk about ETFs for the rest of you guys? Anyway, not my frisbee problem, okay? ETF these days, if you're not into stock picking, individual stocks, Apple, Nvidia, Google, what have you, you just want to invest into so-called asset classes. For example, you want to invest into small cap value companies. Typically, value is defined as companies with low PE ratios or low price to book ratios, or relatively speaking, low profitability. That's why they're cheap. For example, Warren Buffett is kind of a value investor. Well, there's an ETF for that. ETF is short for exchange traded fund. Okay, it is like a mutual fund, except in a mutual fund, you can only buy and sell at the end of the day. I come in the morning, I see that prices are going to tank, and I want to get out of my mutual funds. There is nothing I can do. I'll give an order. It's going to be executed at whatever the price will be at the end of the day. But if I'm holding an ETF, it's just like any other stock. Here's my Roth IRA that I started this year. Here's an ETF. This is a 3 times leveraged small cap index stock. If I want to get out, all I have to do is give an order now. If it's an integer number of shares, I can even get out right now before even market opens. Robinhood and many apps allow you to do that. If it's fractional in Robinhood, I have to wait until the market opens. But either way, if I feel that market's gonna dive big time, I'm out. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I can do something about it. And many asset classes are represented by ETFs. In fact, for our analysis, for example, let's say you just want to invest into just major US stocks. And the definition of major is somewhat vague. So let's say you want to invest into Dow Jones, okay? The ticker Dow is for the Dow Chemical Company, but the actual ticker for the ETF is DIA, okay? This very closely mimics the performance of the Dow Jones Index, including the dividends. So if Dow Jones goes up by 20% in a year, including the dividends, or with dividends being reinvested, you should expect this stock to go up by about the same amount. It's not going to be exact. There are management fees. For example, what's the management fee on this one? It's 16 basis points. That means for each $10,000 you got invested in there, you pay $16 a year as management fee. And typically, if you want to avoid high management fees, go buy stuff that's managed by Vanguard. I don't know if Vanguard has a Dow Jones stuff. Let's see. Vanguard is one merge. Come on. No, they don't, but they have S&P 500, which is woo, or woo. This is an ETF that tries to mimic the performance of the S&P 500 index, including the dividends. And they have an expense ratio of only 3 basis points. In general, you should prefer S&P 500 to Dow Jones. Hey, Dow Jones is actually not an index. It's a price average. And so it doesn't behave like an index. It's a price weighted index. S&P 500 is what we call a market cap weighted index. If a company is worth 2 trillion, its weight is 4 times as much as a firm that's worth 500 billion. It has an expense ratio of only 3 basis points. You pay $3 for every $10,000 you get in there per year. On the other hand, I mean, this also has about $980 billion under management. So it's a pretty liquid fund. The most popular one and most well-known one is SPY. And it has an expense ratio of 9 basis points. They're basically doing the same thing. Why would you pay 3 times as much? And in fact, this is not as big. It's only half as big. You know, for almost $500 billion, it's still a lot of money. But I would go for WU rather than that. Or suppose you want to invest only in stocks from emerging markets. You know, bastardizing Apple's slogan, there's an ETF for that. EM, okay? This is based on the emerging markets index by MSCI, which is short for Morgan Stanley Country Indexes. And these are kind of specialized ETFs, so they have higher management fees. Let me see, it's about $17 billion under management. If you wanted to, where are the holdings? Doesn't show country holdings, but you can see that the biggest holding is Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing. It's basically a chip company in Taiwan. Samsung is the next, Tencent, which is similar to Alibaba in China. Alibaba is there. Yada, yada, yada. Okay? Suppose if you want to invest in gold, do you have to buy bullions? No. All you have to do is buy shares in GLD, okay?